Here we are, getting ready for the engagement party, and we locked in our location. We love the Cultural Caribbean Center of Harlem. It is an amazing space, amazing people working there, and the energy, you can feel it from outside.
No one has any idea what we're doing. It's going to be ridiculous and expected, I think.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 5. We are at part 2 of our 3-part engagement story. When we last left off, we have found our venue and we were ready to fill it up with all of our amazing art pieces thanks to the engagement shoots that we had done before.
And we just told you guys that we were able to come up with an idea that we were hoping would allow for a really engaging and fun and also slightly competitive engagement party, and that was to do a silent auction. So we wanted to take some time to talk to you guys about how we went about executing the auction piece.
We will say that we were so overwhelmed with how many amazing pieces we had, which is why we had 38 pieces in total to auction off. Traditionally, you are expected to bring gifts to an engagement party, but we didn't want to do things the traditional route.
No gifts, bro.
Yeah, we were more focused on making it an experience for everyone. And so with the silent auction, I've never been to a silent auction. Have you?
No. What? Yeah, I guess technically I have.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess Jarrett had more experience than I did in that aspect. But, we had our imagination. We knew we wanted everyone to bid on the pieces that they liked the most. We know it was kind of like, oh, will people bid on photos of us? But these photos were very fairy tale-esque, and we felt like it could translate in any setting. So we wanted to have people really kind of see which ones they gravitated towards.
So what we decided to do is divide the space that we were renting out into sections and then allow each section to represent one of the locations that we filmed at, city and obviously area. So we then decided to come up with a few pieces that would make that section cohesive to tell a unique story. At this point, we were starting to get all our invites out, and we saw that we were potentially inviting 200 people. Again, last minute, so expectations wasn't too high. But we wanted, again, to make it really fun and not super competitive. This wasn't about making money. This is about engaging and letting it to be fun and let people to feel like they're taking something with them. They're taking a bit of royalty, Jarrett and Jill royalty, home with them. So we decided to break out into sections and then determine, 4 to 6 pieces per section. The smaller the better, because that's the cheaper way. And then what we did was we had clipboards that actually had all the information for each piece by section.
And we also wanted to give incentive to get people to bid. So we decided that for every time they auction, everyone should get a glass of champagne. And I had been looking all over Pinterest on ideas, so we came up with a bubbly bar idea. I mean, unoriginal because it came from Pinterest, but it was our own. The bubbly bar was only for people who were bidding. And the clipboards would live in this space with someone attending to them and motivating people to, hey, this piece doesn't have any bidders on it, or, the more you bid, the more glasses of champagne you got.
And that was our way of getting people to get some alcohol and not get drunk, but also make it more fun.
Right. Because again, we didn't want it to be about drinking. We wanted it to be more about experience.
So now we had our clipboards. We had our ideas of all the different things that we wanted to execute. I was working with easycanvasprints.com to execute all those canvases, as you saw a sneak peek last week of those. And then we decided we should probably do something different. As we talked about before, we had 2 different shoots. We had our urban royalty shoot, and then we had our, elegant shoot at Pleasantdale. We decided that the Pleasantdale elegant look should actually look and feel different as well. So we did canvas for all of our urban royalty shoot and frames for the Pleasantdale shoot. So now we had a unique look for Pleasantdale, a big reveal of our wedding location, and then we had the canvas prints for the urban royalty shoot.
Boom. Looking great. And then we have Locksmith, the big boy. One of, what do we do, 3 at this size? Maybe not even 3? Huge. Wide angle. Also covering Q's face, but he knows what he looks like, and your face too, so you got your chin there. So yeah, all the canvases are in. We're official. And also have some of the Amazon stuff. These are the Sharpies I ordered. So as you can see, we have, and they're metallics. We have silver, we have the golds. We got a little purple and pink, a little royal. We got some blues and a blue and a green. We got the ice tray bucket for the 4 bottles of champagne for the, what we call the bubbly bar. We got the little crowns for the kids to run around in, or adults if they want to be a kid. And then we have the little cupcake stickers with the crowns. Oh yeah, the crowns in the background and the diamonds.
And ultimately, it basically read as an art gallery. You know, every section had its theme, whether it was the type of royalty we were portraying, whether it was the African royalty or English royalty or the Pakistani royalty. You know, each section was divided and people can really ingest the art in an easier way. And we hope that this would motivate people as well to get really into the auctioning.
So how we approached kind of deciding what pieces should go where is we actually asked for a blueprint of the location. We took that blueprint and then mapped out different sections to create a flow of engagement, if you will. Then I used Keynote to actually then take the photos and actually make a layout in Keynote per page for each section. So we ended up having a 10-page Keynote document that showed all the different images that we wanted to have. So now I had, okay, here's the 38 pieces. Here's how I think they should look. I mean, I'm no art installer or gallery. Actually, wait. It's just me. Jill was working full-time. I was working full-time as well. I was working from home. And we're trying to decide, how the hell do we get this done? And now we have like 5 days to do it. Thankfully, TaskRabbit. We went on TaskRabbit. We found someone who's amazing. T, thank you, man. You're awesome. We found someone who's amazing on TaskRabbit that was actually an art installer. He actually went to art school in Chicago and installed art, literally has a degree in it. We hired him, and myself and Jill's mom, we went and actually rented a Zipcar van. It was beat to crap. I had to take a bunch of photos of it because it was already beat up, and Jill's mom was giving me a hard time about it, saying I shouldn't get the van, that I'm gonna get blamed for it, but I mean, time's of the essence. We literally had 1 day to install this entire art gallery and then fly to my family reunion in South Carolina the next day. So we had 0 time. But anyway, we rented the van. We pulled up to the house. Jill's mom stayed in the van while we were calling Jill every second at her office. I was taking all these boxes, huge boxes of all these canvases. I mean, there were so many in the end. Like, it was overwhelming. Loaded it in the van, pulled up to the event space. T from TaskRabbit met me there. We unloaded all of the different photos and all the boxes. I dropped off the van, and then we started installing. It was a very fun experience. I mean, I can't take any credit for the install. T, you did an amazing job of setting up.
And we learned a lot from his setup too. Thank you again for, you know, showing us, because there is a specific amount of space needed from the bottom of the wall to where the picture hangs, and a certain amount of space,
which is 42 inches.
Uh-oh, look at you.
I remember something.
Okay.
But he took the keynote that I provided in PDF form, and that kind of informed him on, okay, I see what you're attempting to do. Here's a better way to do it. And this guy crushed it. He installed all these pieces in a matter of hours, and we went from having an empty gallery space, what we were going to do, to everything being up and installed, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, we were so excited. It gave us a really great motivation so that when we went to Jarrett's family reunion, we had our invites ready.
What up?
Ready to hand out to all of his family and to tell them about the amazing experience that they were going to have the following week, because it was a week before the actual engagement gallery party.
Oh yeah, it was definitely crunch time. So bubbly bar, check. And all the things printed and hung, check. Now we had to execute food. So I actually talked with the CCADI and asked them for recommendations for vendors that they've worked with in the past who've given them food. They gave me a really two actually great options. Reach out to these guys, start talking with them and dialoguing, and at the last minute, they stopped following up. They didn't give us the kind of the final invoice of what the things would be, and now we're like basically 2 days before and scrambling.
Yeah, I took it upon myself to recruit my aunt, who is an amazing event planner at her own regard. She's done my cousin's baby showers and, a lot of family stuff. So I was like, all right, lady, let's
Blondie, come through.
Let's see what you're good at. My aunt Iraisa, shout out to her.
AKA Blondie,
because she really stepped it up. We did like a Costco's run and BJ's. Because it was so hot that day, we decided no hot food, but we were able to put in an order of pastelitos. The Dominican in me was happy. Soraya!
Shout out, thank you so much for the pastelitos. They went quick.
Yo, I didn't even get one, but
me either.
We did the food and we scrambled and it was a lot, so I definitely suggest get catering, for real.
Cater for sure, that's the key tip. And then for other drinks, we decided, again, this wasn't a bar. We didn't want it to be a bar. So we decided just to do some beer and some wine. So we actually got some boxes of rosé because we both love rosé. And it's summertime.
Yeah.
Always want some rosé in the summertime. And highly recommend using boxes of rosé because they actually provide you with so many bottles per box. It allowed us to not have to run too many times to refill the rosé. If they were bottles, they would obviously be running out a lot. And it also kind of kept us to allow our guests to not drink too much. The only caveat though with the box is that if it gets too cold, the box will fall apart because the box is paper. So be careful when you use the boxes of wine and again the temperature that it's at because it will start to crumble.
And shout out to Naz who hooked us up with some beers for our event.
Thank you, Stella.
Thank you so much for hooking us up.
Shout out to Stella Atois.
Hello, thank you, Stella, one of my faves. And mix some lemonade up for the kids because, like we said, we wanted it to be a family-friendly event. So we had lemonade, iced tea, water, boxed rosé wine, and beers for our guests.
Yeah. So now we had all of our amazing art pieces. We had, things executed for our physical form. But the cool thing about the Caribbean Cultural Center is that there's also projectors. So we decided, let's take some video content that we have and get a space that people can just sit down and chill and actually watch some content too. Jill has made some awesome, collage videos in the past from different times. I've made some as well, just of our anniversary moments, and she's made some from trips that we've been on. And then actually Sito, who actually was a part of our videographer during our urban shoot, he actually made some dope videos as well, and he pulled that together. So we actually created a collage, a 20-minute video of all this great content. I threw in the engagement proposal video as well. So now we had an area where people could just sit down if they were tired of walking around and just watch some content and kind of lean back, sip on the rosé and engage. So video content, projector, done. Art gallery, installation, done. Ideas for executing some, silent auction plus beer, rosé, done. Let's go. Next day, engagement party.
All right, guys, stay tuned and you'll see all of the engagement party footage that we have and how it all went down and how we auctioned off 38 different pieces from our engagement shoots. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Tune in next time for the engagement party.
Woo,
Final
engagement
episode.
party.
The trilogy concludes. Yeah.
Right, Harley?
Wanna
They
say
should
goodbye,
like and
everybody?
subscribe.
Right?
Should they?
He's like my friend.
Give me a high five. Give me a high five.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there we go.